Welcome back, everyone, to the Rocking Ram Rangers campaign with me, Dwarf Pete, where in the last episode we achieved 55% combat ability, and we've now positioned ourselves to hopefully complete the mission tree by attacking Az-Dihr today. And I don't think we need any introduction to this, so we're just going to drop right into it. And with any luck, we can also get the annexation of Argoed-Stoon done today, and if that happens, I don't know, maybe we could even form an empire. So, let's just get right into this. For Eduz-Vasim. Back. Generic elf name number 6. And Odrat. I've forgotten to put a... Alright, since we're eventually going to attack the command, I think it's time we get yet another army. And let me just double check. What's the combat width these days? 634. So that means... I don't know what that means. That means we need 34 cannons, that's for sure. And then I reckon 20 infantry to 16 cav would be appropriate. Okay. So now, what is the absolute least I could get out with here? Could I even get out with Verkal Galan? I could. Yes, but as soon as I do so, then I can't offer vassalization, because you're not going to like that I have your cores. Wait, I've never actually done this before. Can you vassalize somebody if they're at peace but you're not? Oh. Every time I play EU4, I feel like I learned something new. Okay, so let's send you a GIF. So that gets you up to that, and we can test this theory. My gut instinct tells me no, but you never know. Anything's possible in Anbennar. And my favorite event. We are never going to get to being a state. And with any luck, these troops can make it to Hahadavar before it collapses. Tough luck, that city, really. They've, first the Plague, the Serpent's Rot, and now Az-Dihr. Oh wow, but our army quality is just... Whoa. Yeah, that's what happens when you skip Miltech Day, Az-Dihr. Yeah, that is painful to watch. And we'll actually have the choice soon to go for yet another idea group. Which at this point, I have no clue. We've basically done it all. And I hear somebody in the back saying naval. Which, maybe we could go for a meme pick. Or maybe we might go for espionage, I think is the one that... Which one gives me more cav combat ability? Espionage, yes. I might do it just for the memes of seeing how high I can get cav combat ability. Maybe. Alright, there's Az-Dihr itself. Okay, and Verkal Galan is now above 190. And he can become our vassal. Oh, wow. Well, fat rip to my diplomatic points. Okay, so we could basically get this entire half from the Serpent's Mind. And somebody's murked up because they couldn't beat us. Yep. To be fair, though, he has kind of gotten shafted. He has been beaten many times by the command. So I don't blame... Oh goodness, no. Oh, I thought I was going to ask for another seat to be put in assembly, but thankfully they just want this. Ooh, money, yes! I love bribing MPs. That is my actual favorite thing. Thank goodness I do not live in the UK, otherwise, could go to jail for bribing MPs. I think that's a jailable thing in Britain. I don't know. Everything except for Crown Lands is what I want. There we go. And that keeps Diplo costs down to what it was originally. What happened to my Diplo rep? That overextension, it'll get you. Okay, so I figure by the time we get Verkal Galan proper, that should be enough to get out of the war. Ship consolidate, as always. Doesn't really matter since we're just gonna stack wipe them anyways. Lovely. And we have another army. So, was I going to vassalize Gore Ozembrog? I don't really want to. Don't really feel like it. Oh, there's Verkal Galan itself. Awesome. Okay, there's Galan. Can take even the little cave right next to him. I don't want to take, what's it called right now? Well, oh geez, this is kind of difficult. I can give him back his capital, but I want to keep the road province so I can... Or do I? Because I can just... My thinking there was I want to keep the road province so I can continue to core. Since we're not in the age yet where you can go unlimited coring. But we can also just attack through the command. And to get to the holds we want to take. Duh. He's converted them to Cave Goblin God-Lost provinces. Heathen. He must burn. Wait. He joined the war? Oh, that's neat. So I wonder if I can just give this back to him without it costing extra dip. No, doesn't matter. Okay. So we will get out of this for the time being. And you have provinces, but I don't feel like killing you. Oh man. My heart skipped a beat there. I thought I got out of that war without taking the Orlazm-Az-Dihr province for a second there. I would have been so livid with myself. That probably would have been the one and only time I would authorize a reload. Oh, so glad I didn't do that. Okay, what else is coming up? Could attack Cornalag? I don't really feel like it. Like, those wars are fun, but there's just a lot of land, a lot of low-density land you gotta control. Did I just accept Centaurs in Verkal Khazanad? Oh, heck no. Wait, why are they coexisting? What? Maybe they start out as coexisting? Yeah, because they're oppressed. Speaking of oppression, we have now integrated humans into our society. Must be all that rubbing off with Marhold. Strangely, though, we allow for half-elves. I don't know about that. I don't feel good about that. Hold up. I just want to point out here. Hammerhome with the Breakbeard in charge is roughly up to date on tech. Marhold, though, is... they're 4 behind in every single thing they could be. Do you, by chance, happen to be missing a... yes, you do. Okay, go ahead. I'll give it to you. Anybody else missing a very clear institution? Cough, cough, Marhold. Okay, what do I do with the mill points? Deving, that's what I said I was going to do ages ago. Deving is so peaceful. Sometimes you just want to dev. Yeah? And I think Paradox knows this as well. Doesn't matter if you're deving efficiently or not, you just want to dev. Okay, that feels good. Feels like an itch you gotta scratch. Alright, so that should be... Oh, come on. What now? Booslar, what do you want me for? You want me to... Aranin, isn't he like dead? Yeah, he's 25k troops. No, you deal with this yourself. I'm not bothering. Except when I lose provinces to rebels. And it's until Tech 23 that we get access to imperialism, which will help immensely. There's no nationalism to be used against the command. There's barely any dwarven provinces. He has a total of 3. Actually, I lied. 2 or 5. He's got some ruby dwarf. And would you look at that? The ogres have been purged from the mire. Maw. Still working on those opal doors, though. Started that process all the way back. So many years ago. Meanwhile, it'll only take 30 months in this province. Okay. Let's just turn it up to speed 5, you know? I don't feel the need to attack anybody. And I suppose that's a good thing. I mostly want to see what this event gives us. And get a little further in on annexing. Oh, actually it went up. Now we have until 84, so 11 years. And congratulations, Airnatvir, took you all game, but you finally did it. You finally become a real hold at level 2. Still expensive as all heck to develop you, though. And next Miltech's actually going to be huge. It gives a 2-hole artillery fire, so it basically doubles the damage they can deal. And thank you, you can handle that, Booslar. I'm just your emotional support dwarf. Whoa, wait a minute. It costs only 280? Wow, look at that. Oh man. This reminds me of the time I played Bavaria. Except it was like 46 points, I think. 46 or 48. Yeah, that's awesome. We're just gonna pick espionage for the time being. I don't know if I actually want to do it, but we'll just keep it there. Okay, and is that province scored yet? Nope. Awesome. Now it's scored. Okay. And now, just a little bit more deving. And there we go. With more and more advances in armor and in tactics against our ram charges, the damage that our rams can do on their own decreases by the minute. Let us put our mages and runesmiths on the task of finding a way to enchant the horns of our rams so they can do some real damage again. That's a lot of damage. 20% shock, 50% extra flanking ability, and 10% Cav combat ability. So what's that put us at? 60? Wow. And I wonder if I can show shock damage directly. Probably. Should be under an S. Oh! That's a screenshot worthy moment. Wow. 54% extra shock damage on top of amazing generals, on top of 3 cavalry shock. Once we get that 6 offensive wow. That just explodes. That's crazy. That's awesome. So, with the advent of artificery and technological growth, we can potentially even get bigger numbers that have made possible something beyond our wildest dreams. That's right, 60% cav combat ability, possibly 70%. Fully mechanized cavalry, tailored to our every need and bypassing the weakness of flesh. We must set our greatest minds to work immediately. And okay. It is time to gather our brightest minds and resources, for the construction of the perfect war mount awaits. Untethered by the physical needs and limitations of our previous rams, we can shape our mecha rams as we see fit. All of Halan will soon tremble under the weight of our ultimate mecha rams. Prototyping and construction will take several years. You'll get the choice of picking between a couple of modifiers at each. Ooh. Hello? Oh man, that sounds amazing. I can take you on the 8. I can probably just let Saranvar do the work while I kick back and relax with my mecha rams. Okay. The first step to designing our mecha ram prototype is to choose what we want to do for the legs of our new mounts. Our artificers have laid out 2 designs for our perusal. 1. The first design is sleek and lithe. What is lithe? Despite its thinness, power and strength seem to suffuse every joint and working. We should expect rams with this design to be quite maneuverable around the battlefield, able to flank any enemy. It sends me to like movement speed or flanking. I don't know if I really want more flanking. 2. This design is thick and solid. We would expect rams with this design to be able to hold their own and need less support on the battlefield, increasing the ratio against infantry that we can field. That's huge. Oh, and I don't get to see? Alright, let's think this one through. I think, given that just how much better we do in the shock phase, and how much better we are with cav combat ability, I think increasing our ratio would be huge. Would be better than having more flanking ability. Although, no, because flanking ability doesn't... Flanking ability is really good when you've already beaten the enemy. Oh, here's a good example. Okay. So, let's say I am this piece of cav right here, right? If I have your standard flanking ability, which is 2 tiles, then I can attack, so 1 over, I can attack into this tile. Now, with an extra 100% flanking ability, I can attack 4 tiles deep. And you get the idea. So 150, I'd go up to here, and 200% extra flanking ability, I'd go to about here. Now, this only really matters if you're already winning the battle. So if you're winning the battle, then this unit essentially becomes more effective because it can attack inward and essentially just deal multiplicative damage. Now, I think it's better to just have more cav, which are better quality than the infantry in general, although they cost more. Although, even with that so, and they really don't. They only cost twice as much, but they're... I'd reckon a wager to say twice as better. So for that reason, I think increasing the ratio is much better. And I hope it gives me more events, because that was kind of fun. That's the true power of the Anbennar project. And I'm hoping that's not the last event. Can't imagine why it would be. And you can just go take care of that for me, right, Saranvar? I don't feel the need to hold your hand here. And a court mage, of course, died. Why wouldn't he? And all of these advisors are not who I'm looking for today. And it looks like I forgot to re-promote the military advisor. What do we get? Right on time, Dalbaran, Beard Fist. Beard Fist. Okay. Okay, so in the meantime, what do we got for expansion routes? We are currently annexing Orgardstun. Probably directly after that we'll go with Verkoglon. Suppose I could snake through Core and a Leg to attack the command. Again, that... Ugh, man, that is painful to look at. And he's a great call. Okay, game. Okay. You gave me one final boss, huh? Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, the second step for our Mecha Ram design is to decide on the main make and body. Our smiths and artificers have laid out 2 designs for us to choose between. The first design is made out of intricate mithril work, laid over carefully set sheets of ram steel. We should expect rams of this design to be able to move faster in and out of battle due to the lightness of mithril. So I understand that to mean movement speed. The second design, of mostly pure ram steel and little else, does not look close to as impressive as the first design. However, the smiths insist that it is just as strong, though not as light. We would expect rams of this design to decrease the overall cost. Well, given that we make a bajillion dillion ducats a month, I'd rather just have speed. Money is not an issue here. And congratulations, Saranvar. The borders have been mostly cleaned up as soon as I figure out, as soon as I give that province back. And Gorbarad gets a level 7 hole. Even though it's still damaged? Yeah, it's still damaged. That's kind of funny. So, the command. Wow. Just look at... He's got 340,000 artillery! God, he outnumbers us like 4-1 in our troops directly. 2-1. It's crazy. That's just nuts. Okay. So I think we'll wait until the Mecha Rams are done. And then we'll attack. Oh my goodness, look at that. The next Miltech gives yet another shock to cavalry. And improved flanking range. That's just nuts. Now just imagine if we swap to Centaur military after all of that. Just, the bonuses would be absurd. Yeah, if you really want to theorycraft a run, just imagine. No, elves do not get any tolerance from me. Imagine an Adenica to Centaur military run. Although I'm trying to think of how that could possibly work. No, I don't think it's possible. So if you don't know, you can only form Adenica by adventurer nations, and they have to be of human culture. The same problem is with the dwarves, where you have to be a dwarven adventurer in order of dwarven culture to form Orlazm-Az-Dihr. Now, you can form core and a leg with any centaur culture, although I think there's a time limit on it. I think it has to be before 1600. Don't quote me on that, though. So, theoretically, you could form Adenica and rush down their mission tree and then head over to Cornaleg to get massive cavalry abilities. Finally, we get to the final step of our Mecha Ram prototype. Military tacticians have deliberated long with our artificers as to what is most important, and the following was what they have decided to present. Curiously, the first design being curiously smooth and flat. With minimal horns, the head of this prototype has several inlaid channels atop it. The engineers say that these are grooves in which specially made guns and small artillery pieces can be fit facing forward. So, mobile artillery. We would expect rams with this design to increase our cavalry's firepower in battle. To the second design being the head of this prototype is a marvel to behold, with two massive semicircular horns curving downward artfully. We would expect rams of this design to excel at charges and shock damage. Well, after my whole spiel on shock damage, I think you know what I'm going for. That's right. More shock damage. Let's do it. Oh yeah. These borders look great. I'm so happy I decided to deal with Escan. Get rid of Nurse's Tier. Man, he would have been he's still He's still a powerful mage. Look at this, the audacity of this AI. Just flaunts it right in front of me. The Great Conqueror died. For our good student, well, no wonder we're integrating him. The terms of our agreement that was that he could stay free as long as he still had the Great Conqueror. Oh, I thought this was the Mecha rant. The idea of a living statue, a golem, is not a new conception, with the earliest example being those active in the days of ancient Dwarves. Our brilliants have dedicated the time and resources of their patronage towards replicating such wonders in the modern era. To this end, they have partially succeeded. The brilliants have succeeded in creating a functional golem, usually sculpted to resemble a deceased ancestor. Oh man. Many dwarves who see these statues quickly deem them ancestor golems, in the belief that the spirits of the ancestors they depict would offer guidance to the golem and use it to protect their descendants. The idea of fighting alongside a deceased ancestor is enough to drive many dwarves to fight to the death, and even if death does not come, it serves as a profound experience. Although they are too expensive to use as soldiers, these ancestor golems could feasibly line the walls of any religious center. Just imagine a goblin's shock when they attempt to defile a shrine, only to find the very objects they sought to destroy beheading them in a single swipe. I have no clue what that modifier could be. Fort defense? Oh, boo. Tolerance of the true faith and fort defense? Boo. Nah, give me something with Cav. What? I don't want fort. No. Who needs forts when you have good mecha ramps? And no, that does not mean I'm gonna delete my forts when we go to war with the command. He's just gonna swarm us. For real though, he conquered... Actually, that's a lie. No, he's probably gonna die. Oh, he's allied... I saw he was allied to the Jadari, and I'm like, oh, that's good. What the... You converted, you heretic! Ugh. Hold on, we gotta wait a minute on this Mecha Ram prototype. You converted to high philosophy, Jadari. What? No wonder you're an OPM. You stay there. Queen Ira takes a walk through the cluttered testing grounds that was the home of the Mecha Ram project for so long. And it's only been like 4 years. Scattered around are wayward sheets of metal, half-constructed legs, and scorch marks from alchemical misfire. Ira well remembered the accidents and broken bones that were reported from miscalibrated parts and insufficient craftworks that led up to this final prototype. Not to mention the vehement disagreements between advisors as to the feasibility of the project itself. They'll see, she said. But it is finished. The world's first wholly mechanical mount and the vehicle that will catapult Orlazm-Az-Dihr Rangers to the most fearsome dwarven cavalry around is finished. The final product stands proud in front of Ira in all its metallic glory, as of yet unblemished and unscathed by the rigors of war that it would later endure. Alright, Queen Ira. It's time to see the labors. As we just hit 800, yes, we should export these weapons of war. And we get... Oh my goodness, it's better than everything I could hope. We get cav combat ability plus 15%, movement speed plus 10%, shock damage plus 25%, and cavalry to infantry ratio plus 50%? Does that mean we can do 100% cav armies? No way. No freaking way, dude. Oh my god, we can do all cav armies. What? What? That's absurd. That's nuts. Oh. We have roughly 60% shock. Oh my goodness, it doesn't get any better than this. I think next episode we're just gonna launch into a humiliation war with the command. I don't think we can wait any longer. It's crazy. We can now field 100% cav armies. Alright, with that jaw drop, I think we're gonna have to call it a break here, so we can get into the conquest sooner. As always, thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned for more.